Boy, what a day. What a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It is. This is way better than the RAGBRAI weather. Oh my God. Probably because we're by the lake too. We're not sitting in a pile of corn.
Oh yeah, good stuff. Oh, I better get my beer.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Hey, it's Sven. Sven on the road today. We're at Veggas Pub here in Milwaukee, Riverwest neighborhood. This is the site of the Riverwest 24 today, and there's a lot of activity already with people getting set up and whatnot. We got Mike McAbee with us today. He is a musician that travels around the Midwest, Southwest, East-West, Florida. Where do you go? You go a lot of places.
I've been Midwest mostly now, like from about Colorado to Michigan, you know. But I might go back to Florida someday. It's just not, I don't know. Florida's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, once in a while the East Coast.
So you rolled into town a little earlier today.
Yes.
And you've got an Excelsior bicycle.
Yeah, it was my grandpa's. He rode it around. He had motorcycles, but he rode this bike in circles around the outside of his house to keep him in fit every night. And I don't know how old it is. It's really old. I mean, like 1920s old.
It's interesting that I couldn't really find a bunch of information out, but I'm sure there's people out there that are like, yeah, I know exactly what that thing is.
Yeah, and I've Googled it numerous times, and I know that they exist, obviously. And it was the motorcycle company Excelsior Motorcycle Company was a bike company first that then built motorcycles.
Okay.
So
and the Excelsior name comes from Excelsior,
Minnesota. Yes.
Okay. Right on.
Which is now a suburb of the cities.
Oh yeah, that grew up big there since the 20s out between the cities way.
Yeah.
We just did a quick maintenance job, put a new nipple on a spoke, filled the tire with air. Now, right after this, we're going to roll around the neighborhood and do a little checking out of the course and maybe see where people are camped. There's a ton of people that have already set up their houses and or tents for the event, and we will be...
It looks super fun.
Yeah, it's... I mean, this is... I think it started in 2008, so...
Oh, really? Okay, it's not that old.
Do the math. What's that, 13 years, 15 years, 17? I'm not good with math. At least not simple
17.
math. I have to do like...
17 years.
There you go.
Yeah.
I have to do really hard math, otherwise I can't, Simple math, not for me.
Right.
So it's right about a little after 5 when we're doing this. Mike is going to do a set here at Veggas at about 8 or whatever, a little later. And before that, we're going to go catch the start of the event, which is at 7 p.m. They sell out every year, and there's approximately 2,000 entrants into the race. Not race, it's a ride. It's not a race. But some people do race it anyway. And the reason that you might want to become an event participant, pay the registration and all that, is so that they count your laps. That's really the main thing. Otherwise, as just a resident or a visiting musician, you may go to all the bonus checkpoints, do all the fun stuff without having to pay the entry fee. You just don't get scored. And as many times as I've done this, I don't really need to do it anymore and get scored, because we're going to have fun not getting scored. Oh, here comes a purple people eater.
Hey, man.
Great, babe.
Hey, James. We're doing our quick podcast right now. Maybe you could stick your head in the hole back here. Maybe, I don't know.
Stick your head in the hole, James.
We just got rolling a little bit, and we're going to talk to Mike about biking, and you got some RAGBRAI stories, don't you?
Yeah, I just got off RAGBRAI like 2 days ago.
Registers annual great bike ride
right
across Iowa.
This is my... I don't know how many, I did it like 20-something years. I didn't do it since 2020. I hadn't been on it, but I went back this year. And just had other things going on and stuff. And, it's last week of July is always busy, and that's when it always is. So,
yeah. And it always coincides with the Riverwest 24 is always the last full weekend of July. So RAGBRAI would normally end the weekend that RAGBRAI or that Riverwest 24 is.
Right, there's so many things that go on this week. You know?
For sure.
It's crazy.
So you got some conditioning in, you got some miles under your
for
legs.
For this, totally. I did 100 miles of RAGBRAI, so I'm ready for the 4.5 mile loop of Riverwest 24. So
you could do a few loops. I rode my single speed, and then I thought to myself, since I haven't been riding that much, why'd I ride a single speed? I do like gears, but we'll be fine. The city's pretty flat. There's basically one hill.
There's some pretty tall speed bumps, man.
Yeah, their speed bumps are towering.
Yes.
We went over the most notorious speed bump earlier today. We took a drive, went to Miss Katie's for some food, And the most notorious speed bump is right up the street here. Just
Second
about.
highest point in Wisconsin.
Yeah. Tim's Hill's the highest point, in case you didn't know that.
No, I know where Tim's Hill is.
That's the highest point in Wisconsin.
And I grew up by Rib Hill, Rib Mountain. I grew up by there, so that's I think that's the second highest point. Yeah.
Right on. So you are a Wisconsin native, but an Iowa resident.
10-4. Like I grew up by Wausau, Shawano. Lived in Stevens Point a long time. I've been living in Iowa now for 17, 18 years, I believe. So,
is that how you got sucked into the RAGBRAI, being an Iowa resident?
Well, in college, my friends would always talk about it, and I always was interested in biking. And I was already biking by myself, like long trips before I ever got a chance to go on RAGBRAI. And I was super excited about it. It was not at all what I had pictured once I went on it the first time. I thought it was going to be this crazy party. I had my buddy drop me off in a pickup truck. I dropped a hit of acid and started riding. I'm like, man, there's sure a lot of kids here.
So what was the first year you did it?
99, I bet, would be the first year. Yeah.
That would have been like kind of at the end of when I was doing it.
Okay,
I had
sure,
done
yeah.
I had done it through like the late 80s, early 90s, somewhere in there when I was an outside rep for a bicycle.
Yeah,
component
I would feel, if I was you, I'd feel like I had to do it, right? I mean,
yeah,
like,
well, so the
networking,
deal,
right?
Well, the deal was 16 of my shops bought product every year, so I had to I had to kind of go support them at the end. 'Cause I don't know if they still do it the same way, but all the shops would set up their trailers, and so they could do maintenance or sell it or wares or whatever. So I would usually work at one or two of them for a few hours at the end of the day, which was kind of challenging after like 40 beers during the day.
Yeah, I always like to try and work and drink at the same time. So.
Does that ever happen in the music business?
No, they're so separate. It's like night and day.
But yeah, I remember. It's weird how you can get kind of blotto the night before, and still 6 o'clock rolls around and the sun's peeking over, and you're ready to go again. You're like, okay.
Yeah, it's crazy because you're like, yeah, you spend
James.
Hey, James.
How you doing?
Good. Love the hat.
Good drive in?
Oh yeah, yeah, kind of hectic because I had a lot of shit go wrong, but it's fine. I fixed it all. For now, I did.
That's a mighty clunker you got there, and
thanks.
We'll get a picture of that.
Take that from where is it again?
Oh, RAGBRAI?
Oh yeah, straight from RAGBRAI.
No, I didn't ride that on RAGBRAI. It's been a dream of mine though to take that thing on RAGBRAI someday. You'll have to get a picture of my bike.
Yeah, I will for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I just rode. But I do ride. I'm full bags. Like. Full bag, steel frame bike. I used to carry an amp. I think I said this last time I was on this podcast. I used to carry like an amp and a speaker and a guitar, and I could just plug in and play. But then it was really hectic to get to. I hate being in a hurry on a bike, right? And like you're like 10 miles outside of a town, you got to start in like 15 minutes, and there's no way. And you're like, I got all this shit. I got my tent, my amplifier, shit. It's like, oh my god.
You got to set up your tent first.
Yep, yeah.
I just set up my hammock at Bremen Community Garden.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Not gonna make that drunken dark mistake.
No, that's why my RAGBRAI was short because I came out of a Casey's General Store and my tent one of my poles had snapped because it's an old tent. So I had to sleep in the thing with like just the netting over me, like a body bag basically. And then shit can bite you anyway because it'll just bite through the screening because the screening is so thin.
It's laying right on your
arm.
And
I'm like, I'd already had heat stroke that day and shit. I'm like, man, I should maybe just...
So as beautiful as it is here today, it's like 75 degrees or something right now. It's beautiful. It was really hot on RAGBRAI this year.
It was like 90-something. It was 100-something real feel. And then windy. Like, it was like I know people, like I've said earlier, like it's like a blow dryer. It's like a blow dryer. Like you're standing in the middle of the street, the sun's beating down on you, the wind's blowing at 20 miles an hour in your face, and it's just hot. It doesn't do anything. It's not like, oh, thank God there's a breeze. It's like, oh, Christ, there's a breeze.
It's like it's like dragon's breath right on your face.
It is, yeah. And like I still like even after the heat stroke, I still went 16 miles the next day just because I'm like, man, I don't want to like go out like this, just because I don't have a tent. Like, I'll do it, But that straight south, it was straight out of the south. It was just, oh my God, it was insane. So, and then I felt like I've lost a lot of muscle mass the last couple of years, and I felt kind of bad about like, oh man, can I even do this anymore? But then I ran into some other bagger friends of mine, and they were rolling about as fast as I was, and that made me feel a little bit better about like maybe I'm not as deficient as I think I am at this.
Or they've become deficient in the same.
Well, yeah, they're old like me too, right? I mean, I know we've all slowed down, but at least it's not like I really slowed down, and they're whatever. So,
did you read Ward and Jackie Budwig's book?
No, but they're friends of mine. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
I
they
feel
wrote a
bad.
book called The World at 10 Miles an Hour or something to that
yeah.
effect. And it's on Amazon, and it's seriously about,
People rode
if you-
around the world on their bikes.
yeah, if you're touring, that's a good pace to go, about 10 miles an hour. 10,
Sure,
15.
yeah.
You know, you can, there's some white plastic ones right there. You can see a lot of the world, but still travel 4 times as fast as walking, or 5 times
and those
as fast.
guys told me like, okay, it's this couple from my town, and they're a great couple, and they biked around. They told me that they only went like, what did they say? Like, well, we will go like 50 miles a day. I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah.
I was doing like 80 miles a day, 100 miles a day when I'm out there like doing trips and shit. And I'm like, and you guys are in like 8 times better shape than I am. You're doing like 50. So that's when I decided I was gonna bike across Kansas. This year I told them about that. I figured if I got Kansas done, I would have a third of the United States, because I've been from like Iowa to Ohio, and some Colorado.
Last time you were on the show, we talked about your Castalia to Castalia.
Yeah,
So,
right.
Yeah.
And then I'm out there playing shows in Kansas. I'm like, man, if I did this 400 miles of Kansas, I could have like a third of the country done. That'd be pretty badass. And so I get out there and like 20 miles an hour winds in my face. But I planned it like they said, 50 miles a day, but it still was way too much because it's just you had to be down on the bars the entire time and then you couldn't let go and ride no-handed because you're going so slow because of the wind that you just fall over. Like, do I want to do this for 5 days? Is this like, and then do the math in your head about the whole thing? Is like, is this my life now? Like doing math and like working like hell? That just seems like a stupid vacation, right?
Yeah.
So whatever.
I kind of learned from that too, taking the bike trips.
Yeah.
I don't want to go any more than 40 or 50.
Yeah.
And actually, ideally, probably closer to 30, 40. Probably 30 is the
Right.
spot. Because not only do you want to enjoy the travel and your bicycle and everything, you like to enjoy the destination too.
Exactly. And I'm like, totally. And I noticed like, why am I biking by all these cool bars? Because I don't have time. Why did you come out here then, you dumbass? I mean, so you can stare at the,
That's a
whatever.
opportunity for shots.
I can,
Exactly, yeah.
if you want to go across Kansas again, I can point you to where the world's second largest ball of twine is.
Oh,
believe that's
I bet
in-
you could. I know you're a
I believe that's
you're
I
a,
think it's
a,
called
a
Concordia,
voyeur,
Kansas.
a Kansan voyeur or
Yeah,
something.
I spent quite a few summers doing trips to Kansas to fly model airplanes in the middle of nowhere.
that's right. I forgot about those airplane thing.
So there's just interesting stuff like that. Like we just did this trip to Michigan to find sand to ride on, which we did. But there's this thing in the middle of nowhere on the shore of Lake Michigan, and I forget exactly what they call it.
Sorry.
But it's like a gravity power plant. So they have this huge reservoir, massive reservoir, and it's 150 feet above the lake, and they just have these pipes that drain right down into the turbines, which are right on the lake, and they make enough power for like 1.5 million people.
Wow.
And one of the spots where you could stop and rest at the top of this hill was one of the old turbine blades from the power plant. And it had this nice little plaque and things you could read, and you're on top of the hill, and it's nice and nice and windy, and you got a beer, and you have a beer, and
Yeah.
you're not worried about going past that. You want to check it out because it's like that's a cool thing.
Oh yeah, that kind of stuff,
I'm sure on your rides out in the middle of nowhere, you've heard the power lines crackling. One of the guys on the trip was like, "Is that normal?" I'm like, "When it's this humid, yeah, those 150,000 volt or whatever they are lines, they'll hum and sizzle."
Oh yeah, I've heard him hum. I don't know if
Yeah,
I've heard him
it's
crackle, but yeah.
Especially a little extra corn sweat.
Oh
Yeah, I just heard a lot of corn, like
What sound does corn make?
how corn beef.
Depends on its temperature.
So
And it was all curled up, when it gets really humid out, the corn, because I do a small amount of farming, I work for a guy, the corn curls up because it's trying to conserve the moisture in the air when it doesn't rain too long. Mm-hmm. So then you can tell when it's really humid and shitty out, because the corn gets all curly and stuff.
when it opens back up again, it's all like...
Yeah.
There's weird how nature makes noises. We don't have it on this side of the lake for some reason, but in Michigan they have singing sand, and if it's the right consistency,
it resonates.
It hums when you ride over it on your fat bike. It just kind of goes. It's real. I can't make the sound, but it's great.
Like cheese curds.
Yeah, exactly like a squeaky cheese curd in your mouth. Yeah,
Spoken like an original
simple.
Wisconsinite.
Right.
It all comes back to cheese curds.
Right.
I don't know. I was at Joseph Huber's show the other day, And somebody had come from western Wisconsin and brought cheese curds that you could only get out there, and they were so good.
Probably Organic Valley.
Yeah, it's something with a C, Car Valley, Carr Valley.
Oh yeah.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, they were, and just that squeaky good cheese.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Can't get
Super
that.
fresh.
So Mike is here to play a show. Actually, he's here to play 2 shows. I don't know that this will matter because it probably won't be up till after he's gone. But
If you have a time machine, go back in time and come to this bar.
come
It's
to
gonna
bar
be-
tonight at 8. Otherwise, tomorrow at 11 at Uptowner. But what can, if somebody that comes to a Mike McAbee show, and I know you've been playing for 25 years on the road, what can somebody expect at a Mike McAbee show? Is it every show's exactly the same? No.
Okay, that's like a lowball question. No, that's what I like. Is like I don't want everything to be the same. I want it to be different. I want to make sure that people know, like that the show that's going on at that particular time was very specific to where I'm at right then, right? Like make a lot of references about what's going on right now in the news. Make references about the location that you're at. Talk to the people in the bar. It's not a comedy routine where you're like just go there and you just puke out the same shit, and then you go to Peoria and do the same thing, you know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, a little bit of banter.
Yeah, a little bit of banter. I love that. And I mean, I couldn't do this if I couldn't do that. I mean, it's not like I sat around thinking of some formula. It's just like I don't think I could be a guy that just played, you know, hear ye, listen to my art, you know, you know, and then like and that's the show. Like no, I don't want to know what people want to hear. And sometimes it'll be like some lady wanted Lady, of course. The lady wanted the song called Lady. It was named after her apparently. but by Little River Band.
Oh, not the Styx one.
No, not the Styx one. The slightly less cheesy one.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Oh yeah, just slightly. And like I'm like, okay, sure. I start playing it. I'm like, damn, I had this on a 45 when I was a kid. I'm like, hey, I know the whole thing. You know, like you didn't think about like whatever. So and so you'll never have those kind of moments and stuff. You know, if you just stick to a script and stick to a set list and stuff, which I can see if you have a band and you're all trying to be on the same page about shit, why you would want a set list and you would try to, you know, relatively stick to what's coming up next. And so there's not a lot of downtime in between songs, but yeah. Anyway, that's my MO, I guess.
So yeah, let's hope we get some folks. I'm pretty sure that there'll be some thirsty people on the route tonight, and we'll heckle them into the bar. If they,
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I had a lot of fun
the,
last time I played here, but I had to go like. Yeah, I had to go, but this time I don't have to go. So I mean, when I'm done, so I can hang out and make a real ass out of myself later. So
Don't sell yourself
Getting
short.
people here. I got a bunch of handbills.
oh, cool, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I did
we
not.
can
I can.
pass out along to our Riverwest 24 friends.
I was gonna
listening, and-
stick them all over my bike trailer.
Oh, there you go.
You
Yeah,
on,
I've
you on
got
big
the-
ones, do you?
I don't have any big ones left, or we could steal one that I have up in the bar here if you needed.
Oh, no, it's all right. You leave those ones up. It's
I've
fine.
got the one for the Uptowner. We'll grab those so we can have that for later too. So.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, you had you told a story when we were going to lunch about the RAGBRAI guy that.
I'm going to give you my entire RAGBRAI experience in like, we got 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Kentucky Jim's this old guy from Kentucky. He tells me I need to get back on RAGBRAI. So I go on RAGBRAI, and it turns out he crashes his bike probably on hallucinogenics and punctures his lung before I even get there, so he's not around. My friend drops me off there in Estherville, and she's supposed to go home right after that, you know, and because we live like 3 hours from there, and she winds up getting team stickers all over her breasts and having relations with a Asian rider guy. And then I go to Casey's parking lot. I find my friends. We're sitting on drinking. My buddy Dylan's got a scope that's actually just Rumplemans with green dye in it. So we drink that in Casey's a lot. Now it's like 9 o'clock at night. And I'm like, man, I want to get out of here. I want to ride. So I like hop on my bike at like 9 o'clock at night, and I ride like to what's supposed to be the first town the next day. And I get there, sleep behind the post office. My friend Zeb sleeps behind the bank. Get up, start riding. My back hurts. Start drinking vodka. Get real sick the next day. Get a sag to like a town. Tent breaks. You know, throw up from heat exhaustion. Still wake up the next day and ride a bunch more the next day because I didn't. I felt like I couldn't
that's
quit.
RAGBRAI.
You know.
Yeah.
Because that's RAGBRAI, yeah. My friend Zeb, like, he keeps talking about how he rides out, right? And these guys, they ride out from Iowa City, and they're almost They all have real jobs, they all have real houses, but they identify as homeless people for like 2 weeks, you know.
yeah.
It's like bitching about he's got to cook these hot dogs, and I'm thinking like, man, what you got to cook hot dogs for? Like, you're in a bicycle.
Aren't
you
they
don't have
already
any wood.
cooked?
Yeah, you could just eat them, but I didn't say anything to him because he's a great guy. And then somebody later on the ride was like, yeah, man, we saw Zeb come crawling out of this river. He had a little fire going. He's cooking hot dogs. That sounds about right, you know. So. And I want to go to a Dollar General, and this is always comes back to me. I go to a Dollar General, and like, it's full of bikers, right? It's right on the route, and some lady's like, honey, do you think they have food here? I'm like, who the f are you that you've never been to a Dollar General? There's like one every 5 feet. Like, what penthouse do you live in? You know,
Throw a
like
stick and not hit one.
exactly. Like where I live, there's like 5 shitty little towns, and as you go down the highway, like boom, 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 right? You know, it's like
They like took over where all the mini Walmarts were back in the olden days before they got the super Walmarts.
yeah, well, yeah, they had those little neighborhood Walmarts for a while, yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean they're a blessing and a curse because because a lot of towns they've been a godsend, but a lot of towns they've just wiped out the last 2 businesses that were left there. Right?
After Walmart strip mined them, then these guys came in and picked up the leavings.
Yeah, I started writing a song about it called I used to live in a trailer park, you know. It's like, I no longer live in Trailer Park Central, but I know my way around to Dollar General. Baby, meet me over in Health and Beauty with a bottle of wine. Which you can get at Dollar General, you know. You can
So
get
have
wine.
you put any songs to recording vinyl, anything lately? I know you've got some albums or albums out there.
No, my stuff's on Spotify. I haven't really been writing anything lately. I've been trying to like prepare for the apocalypse because, well, I don't know. I don't want to be all dark, but yeah, just trying to like cover my bases, right? I mean, I feel like if the economy takes a left, like I'm going to be the first thing to go as a musician, right? So I'm like, what can I do now to kind of buffer that, right? So I totally got my license back to drive semi, which is cool. My man card, got my man card back.
Got your air brake certification.
Got my air brakes. And now you got a
hazmat thing.
This is hazmat, yeah, and you got to get fingerprinted for that. But this is kind of cool. Like I didn't realize now, you know, there's so many automatic trucks. They didn't exist when I drove semi. That like you have to take your test in a stick to get certified to drive a stick, right? And like that's all I ever drove, right? So I went through that no problems, and I have this extra cool thing that like, oh yeah, but do you drive stick? Well, okay, well then you're not a real trucker, you know.
Right.
And be that guy, like, you know. So
Do like, can you do power stands in the automatic ones?
yeah, they just suck. I drive for a farmer that has one, and oh my god, if I had that thing on the Kennedy, I'd be dead by now because it'll forget. You know how your phone will screw up, and so you got to turn it off and turn it back on, or take the battery out. This truck literally like I pull out of his driveway, and we get up to like 4th gear, and then that's as far as it'll go. And now I'm thinking about those ramps in Chicago that like there is no merge lane. You just come down and you're in the lane, right? I'm like, oh my god, I'd be, you know, because I got to get out just like your phone. I got to get out, unhook the battery, and hook the battery back up again. You know, it's the same thing. You know, have you tried unplugging your semi and plugging it back?
Yeah,
in?
while you're rolling down the road.
You try a soft reset.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of the automatics. Plus, you don't get the jamming gears is fun and whatever, that kind of
Do
stuff.
the split transaxle.
Yeah, I had one of those. Oh yeah, they all have. I had a 13-speed once for a job. I didn't like that. That's too many gears. I also don't like bikes with like 3 rings on the front. I think there's just too many gears. Like you don't need that many gears.
That's a lot of gears.
Like where are we going that we need 25 gears or whatever?
Well, when like 8 or 9 of them are overlapping anyway, it's like you're in this one and this one, and
yeah,
it's the exact same.
yeah,
as
again, I'm sure you know the math on that. I could
Yeah.
never figure it out, but it's just seems like, and it's just an imperfect system anyway. The derailleur system is just imperfect, right? It's never gonna like, whatever. It's always gonna screw up eventually. So
Absolutely.
the fewer moving parts, the better, right?
Temperamental.
Got
Yeah,
that
very
right.
temperamental. Yeah, totally. I like your Potosi shirt, by the way.
Thank
Oh, yeah.
Great brewery.
Good brewery.
Been there a few times. I'm a real fan of. There's a campground right down the road from there, right on the Mississippi. It's an Army Corps of Engineers campground.
Yeah.
Is it at the base of a dam? Because they seem to put them at the bases of dams a lot.
But
The
it's,
core.
I think I know
it's
people
a
that have
really
stayed
basic
there. Yeah.
Campground. You know,
Uh-huh.
trees are sort of sparse. It's rather organized in a rather military fashion.
Hell, they got going there.
Yeah.
Look at that
There's
wacky
one
rig.
campsite, or a couple of them that are right on the river.
Oh, that's cool.
A couple of times my son and I have gone there, and we camped with our hammocks like 8 feet from the river.
Oh, that's great.
It was so soothing. The only The only sounds that would come through the night were, of course, the lapping water, and the sounds of the river.
Yeah.
And then there's the occasional freight train right on the Mississippi.
No, because I live on the Mississippi, and I got a new marina now where I'm not 10 feet from the tracks anymore.
Right,
Now it's more like a.
Yeah,
it's
this
like
is much
20.
more pleasant. Just like you hear the.
Oh man, and you're in the Wisconsin
distance.
side too, and like the ones on our side, they're loud, but they don't go over like maybe 40 or 50. But on your side, they go 65.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're staying there, the Wisconsin side, they're like 65 miles an hour.
That's moving.
Yeah, there's restaurants where the whole restaurant moves. Like
over at the Curve Inn there, and what town is that one in?
Curve Inn.
Curve Inn. It's on the Wisconsin side.
I don't know.
It's
Is that like Oostburg or something?
like if you're coming out of like Richland Center and heading towards the river, it's over that way somewhere. Or
Cassville, maybe.
No, way north of there, but I don't.
I got a show there tomorrow.
Doesn't matter.
After Uptown, I got to play by Cassville.
Okay.
Bagley.
Oh yeah.
So I have a cool, yeah. I have a hammock on the roof of my houseboat, and it's awesome because the barges go by and the thing just moves for you. You don't even have to, But I put one of those easy up canopies up there, up above it, and like within like a week it was just destroyed, with the wind and shit. So I'm gonna try to beef it up. At least I have the frame for one now. I can like use the frame of it to build something a little more sturdy so I can lay up there. Yeah, man, that's the best spot.
An open air but covered roof kind of an idea.
Yeah, because it's so hot there, like there's nothing around, and we're farther away from the bluff right now, so the sun doesn't go down until after like 6 because you got to wait for it to go over the bluff, The last marina we were at, we were a lot closer to the bluff and whatever. So I think bore you guys with stories about houseboating, but
yeah, well, it's a unique lifestyle.
It's adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't taken it out much. I crashed it into the dock coming in this year, and I have a lot of anxiety. My kid, my 14-year-old, calls it boat anxiety, because we have this thing like we love the boat, and I did all this work on it, and it runs great and everything. But every time we take it out, there's just something unpredictable. This goes fucking haywire. Oh, yeah. And like, and so I'm just attuned to like not, so. But no, this August, July has been really busy. This August, I still got a bunch of shows to play, but we're gonna take that thing out. We're gonna go live on an island for at least a couple of days.
Sounds fun.
It's totally good enough that we could totally do that. We just haven't, and that's why we bought it, so we could just go, crash on some slough somewhere and
Stock up and check out.
Yeah.
I enjoyed doing that in my inflatable canoe on the Wisconsin River.
Oh yeah.
Get a sandbar out.
Yeah.
Space for a couple days.
I went down that river for my honeymoon. We went from Baraboo back to Iowa on my honeymoon in a canoe, and it was flooded. And I'm like, all the sandbars. And there was no sandbars. It was like so flooded. We just went right over everything. Yeah. And but it was still a great trip. One of the high points of that marriage. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything you want to leave us with before we wrap this up and do a lap and get ready for the start of this Riverwest 24?
Yeah. What am I doing? I got, you can go check me out on MikeMcAbee.com, MikeMcAbee.com. If you want to see me on TV, you can Google Pop Machine in the news, and I should be the first thing that comes up because my local TV station did a story about me and this pop machine I own, and I'm still not really sure why. But then it got picked up by a bunch of other affiliates in like Tampa and Denver and stuff, and so people all over the country saw a picture, this 5-minute story about me and my pop machine.
So we call them soda machines here.
I know, but the thing is, I live in a more southern state, and you can't say soda down there because sometimes it'll mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It'll mean something else.
So I know, growing up here, it was a soda, and it was a bubbler, and it was a stop and go light, Like,
Yep.
And I grew up talking like this.
And that,
This and that. I say, yeah, what do you say? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so,
We don't have an accent. They have an accent.
Exactly. So, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, so I have this pop machine. I use the money from to keep the street lights in our town on.
Yes. Frankville, keep it wet and lit.
Keep Frankville wet and lit, yeah.
I got the koozies and the shirt.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're ever in Frankville, if you want to see the TV thing. I had my X hat on because for my favorite band, I decided to wear that. And I was really proud because I never mentioned that I'm a musician once in this TV thing because it seemed like the most douchiest thing you could possibly do. Like, did I mention that I have albums out? Like something like that. Like, The local resident, exactly, you know, like, it's just like local resident Mike McAbee kind of thing, you know, so funny.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sitting here out in the beautiful weather and chitter-chattering for a little bit.
No, I love that. That's been a real privilege, and it's just a real privilege to come over here and play. I never play cities. And not only do I play cities, I play a cool city here, and I play the coolest neighborhood in that city. That's huge for me. I love it.
Quite possibly on the coolest day in the neighborhood.
Yeah, and at the coolest bar. Yeah, and that's not even a lie either. I'm not just blowing smoke, man.
Yeah, because we do here we do a lot of live music. I do the booking, and it's everything from punk and metal to songwriter country.
Yeah, nobody gets kind of where I live, my punk rock approach to kind of the standard country music. You know, I grew up playing country music, and then you know, I got into punk rock in the '80s and stuff, and like I've always had that kind of mix going, and I was looking for that vibe from people. And like I said, my favorite band is X, or one of my favorite bands. You know, and
I'll show you my pictures hanging out with John Doe and Billy.
Really?
It was at Summerfest, and a huge ass storm came through, lightning and all that stuff. They had to land all the speakers and everything, and so I happened to be backstage because my buddy manages the stage, and so they had to come back there and hang out while the weather passed. They're just, you know, doing nothing and start shooting the shit with those guys, and they were very cool. It was awesome.
Yeah, I've talked to John Doe before.
Not typical, like, you know, snotty rock people that want to stay in their room and be all weird and stuff, but
so these. Just one more story, because it involves X in Milwaukee, is that these people stayed at my house, or at my house as a B&B when I'm gone. They're from here, and they stayed at my house, and they're like, hey, we're checking out your CD collection. I see you got a lot of X here, big X fans. I'm like, oh man, I saw them in Milwaukee last year. I said, I came over from Iowa to see them. And the guy's like, yeah, I was at that show. I'm like, yeah. I said, I had my Hawaiian shirt on. I was jumping up and down and singing, and everybody just fucking stood there. Like, is that what people do now? Like, I was so bummed out. Like, this is supposed to be a punk rock show. And then I never heard from the guy again. I think he was like, oh, he was that guy.
he was.
Because I was like, I don't go to shows much, right? I'm like, oh, it's X, you know. It's like cool, you know, like punk rock show. Like, I don't go to stuff, right? So I come to Milwaukee, I get drunk, I like go to the venue, like, yeah, let's party, and it's a bunch of people that work at Epic in Madison standing around with like $16 beers, you know.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you know.
Gen Xers are aging.
Yes, totally.
You know, now it's kind of turned around where you get the aging people going to these big shows because they want to relive the past and the glory and
oh yeah, right,
but
but then
I'm finding the local shows like here and a couple of other bars like Last Ride, Sabbatic, X-Ray Arcade, where we're gonna see Daikaiju
Monday night.
Yeah.
With the Primitives. Shout out to Ian.
Cool.
I'm finding more of the local shows where it is.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, younger people and like more, you know.
And they're not $100, and you're not going broke.
Yeah, totally that too, you know. And I live in the middle of nowhere, right? And then I play music for a living, so rarely get to go to shows, you know. Actually, Swerve Driver's coming to Chicago. I really want to catch that next month. Sweet. But yeah, so I wrong vibe, I guess. I felt embarrassed for myself there.
I think you should.
I saw Exene look at me once or twice, like, well,
you be you, bro.
I know. I'm wearing this bright pink Hawaiian cowboy shirt, you know, and like everybody else is wearing like a black turtleneck.
You know, a bunch of German art students.
Exactly. Which is also a kick-ass band, by the way.
Yes, also, yes. I do live in Madison, so yeah.
Yeah, I played some of that for my 14-year-old, and they love it. So
it's like Steve Jobs called. He wants his costume back.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
A little Bauhaus for everybody.
Right on.
So.
All right, well, let's go do a lap, or at least ride around and stuff. And,
yeah. Well, like if you lose me, don't worry, man. I'm gonna go really slow. Like
I'm good with slow.
Okay, that's cool.
But yeah, we're not very far away from the start, so we can just do some.
We can put some heavy stuff on your bike, so
yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Mike. We will obviously be seeing you at the shows, and I hope next time you come to town, we'll have another chitter chatter.
No, I really appreciate the opportunity, Greg.
Right on.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
James.
Thanks, Greg.
Thanks for sitting in. Peace.